Hi, I'm Mike with Earned Wisdom. I'm back here in my home in Nevada. It's paid off, custom home. Been here about 2 years. So, been back from Cebu about a week now. We spent almost 4 months living in the Philippines, and we wanted to see what it was like to live there. And we've kind of made a decision that we're going to stay in our custom home that's paid off. And you can see that the weeds have gotten a little out of hand because I've been gone for 4 months. So really, we like the Philippines. There's a lot of good things about it, but there's definitely some drawbacks. So I'm not saying that 100% that I would never end up moving there and retire. I'm already retired, but continuing my retirement there. I mean, it's still an option, but for me, it's just not going to be. Not going to be pushing it as quick or as hard. I basically have a plan for my home. I'd like to make my home like a really enjoyable, great, livable place to be. And I'm gonna flip the video around and kind of show you around, and then I want to tell you kind of my plan, what I'm thinking to do to make it more enjoyable. Okay, so let's look at the back of the house. I'll shoot it from different angles so you could kind of see what I'm thinking. So what I want to do is, I call it a sanctuary area. So you see the sliding door off to the left. What I'm thinking of doing, I'll probably need, because it slopes down, walk over so you can see. The house sits up because of that way for rains. So you can see on the left, up by the house, it's about 5 feet out with compacted type 2 gravel. And then it's hard to see. I'm going to run a string over the next few days, and we'll be able to see the slope. So what I'm thinking of doing, so I have a couple of options. I don't like the first option. The first option is, you can see where this wood little post is right there with the hose pip. If I ran a wall directly all the way across and then cut and made the slope flat, but that would only leave me about 7 feet, like a walkway all the way here, which I don't know if I like, having a terrace wall there and then this flat. So I'm almost thinking I'm going to need to, if I go out, let's say 30 more feet or 35 feet, whatever it is, from the house, this is going to have to be filled in with dirt and then compacted really well. And then what I'd have to do is put a terraced wall down here towards the bottom of it. So if it's 30, 35 feet out, a terraced wall all the way across the distance that I want. Now, that leads me to another part. So, costs, everything, it's all money, how much you can afford. But, you guys, I just want to let you know, there's something I've learned in the past. It's opportunity cost, opportunity cost to everything. So, for example, if you spend $100 on some food night out, that $100 could be invested in ETFs, which I invest in ETFs every month. So, I look at this project in a couple different ways. I want to save money, but I also want to do it well. So I'm going to really be thinking throughout this process, because I don't want to just waste money. That money can go towards investing for my legacy, for the people that I love and care about, to provide for them. So anyway, so that's why I'm going to be looking at a number of different types of materials. So what I'm thinking to do is create, I call it a sanctuary area. You walk out the sliding door, and maybe there's a gazebo, right out here. Okay, a big 10 by 12, 12 by 12. And under that gazebo, I'm thinking maybe it's those nice pavers, those like brick pavers that you see at the, really nice homes. And not only the pavers would be directly under the gazebo, but maybe go out at least 5 feet all the way around it. So you have a nice walking area. And then, I don't know the width that I want this to be. I'm almost certain I don't want it the whole width of the house. So I'm guessing somewhere, you know, like right here by the air conditioning unit, but of course I'm going to be doing some measuring. And then maybe, so that'll be like one corner post over here for fencing to come down. And then probably the same thing somewhere over here is another fence post and running out. And then of course the fence will run here, but you'll have a fence, but then the terraced wall will be at the bottom. So I'm almost thinking that the terrace wall at the bottom is the best move. And then what I'd have to do is this whole area would have to get filled in with dirt, fill dirt, compacted really well with the machine that compacts. And then I'd have a nice, I don't know, 30, 35, whatever plus feet. And also the distance, the width of, wherever I want the post to be in the fence. So I'll need to think of what type of fencing, and then, what else? So I'm running, ideas of, the, decomposed granite, DG, and they have one that's stabilized. So it kind of stays, uh, uh, packed better. So that's an idea, crushed, kind of a gravel, nice deck rock around that gazebo area, and it's kind of all over. And then, wherever the fence is, there'll be like a winding planter bed kind of around the edge, maybe a foot to 2 foot, kind of winding around and put plants in there, some dwarf fruit trees, maybe that's what I'm thinking. And maybe there's a few plants spread out within, so it's not just plants around the edge. You got maybe some little trees, and I'm thinking my grill comes somewhere over here, a sink next to it, outdoor sink. What else? I want to do a putting green running parallel to the fence, maybe 10 foot long, something like that. And then I'm thinking in the back corners, beautiful raised planters, 2 or 3. I don't know what would fit, for veggies and growing things like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, you guys. And I would love to get your ideas, on kind of everything I'm talking about. And so, that's basically what I'm thinking, staying here in Nevada, making my home just really beautiful, a great place to go out and enjoy a cup of coffee or just hang out. Like right now, it's beautiful. The weather's great. It feels so nice. That's why I'm out here shooting this video. So on the good days, we just hang outside in that living space outside, probably run some electrical power over to the gazebo, have a box, some sort of junction box, and then run water. So I would move this hose bib that's up here, move it probably back towards the wall. Then I could run water and run the water over to wherever there's going to be plants, the raised planter beds, and yeah, have water, have electrical power. Maybe I'm going to have a fan and lighting for the gazebo and maybe a TV out there that can flip up for, keeping it safe from the weather and things. So love to get your ideas, you guys. And I think that's about it. I want to show you my view. I'm going to pause this and then I'm going to show you the view that I have. This is another reason. This is my view, guys. California mountain. Look at this. It gets some snow at times when it gets cold enough and rains. It just wraps around. This is what I've got to look at. So anyways, um, yeah, love to hear your tips, and that's it. And thank you so much. Lastly, guys, just want to let you know I've already done some sketches. I did some sketches in Cebu when I was living there for 4 months, and I was eating breakfast, and I used a sketch app where you draw with your finger or some device, but I just had my finger at the time. And I think I did about 7 different sketches really quick within 10 minutes. I'm going to be showing those coming up, and then I started a scaled grid paper sketch, and I'll be working with you guys using your tips and ideas to build the final. But I've got certain features that are fixed, like this concrete pad, my AC unit, and the house as the fixed measurements for the scaled grid drawing. So just want to let you know that these sketches are going to be coming. They're extremely basic, but I did them like in 10 minutes and just to get my ideas down. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So look forward to your advice and tips. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.